Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. Let's start this stream over again.
Hello, hello, can you hear me? As I scream your name. Hello, hello, do you need me? Before I fade away. Dear, I don't like the light. There's a ghost inside me. It all belongs to the other side. We live, we love, we Hello, hello, nice to meet you.
Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. I know you just saw me yesterday on this, but it's about that time to start up a new game here. Space Quest 4. Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers. I know that is that loud enough for you? Or do I need to readjust? Hey, can you hear me now? Good. I just don't want to get any kind of a hiss going on. I know that I've already done an episode of this on YouTube. However, I feel that I need to restart the game from the beginning on here. I hope that doesn't bother anyone. And we'll be here as long as we need to go. Or as long as I can hold out, whichever comes first.
We rejoin our friend and semi-hero Roger Wilco as he rockets back toward his home planet Xenon, which he hasn't seen since Space Quest 2. Having successfully rescued those two ingrates from Andromeda, he decides a pit stop on Magmethius is in order. During the descent to this cosmic canteen, he is unaware of the interest that has been generated regarding his fate.
Just as a reminder, YouTube is on a 1-minute delay for some reason.
We have confirmation of his position, Master.
Off to Magmethius with you then. It is time for Wilco to meet the fate which I have crafted for him.
As our story begins, we find the aluminum mallard parked outside a seedy spaceport bar. We join Roger as he relates one of his greatly exaggerated tales of adventure. The aliens are only too happy to listen, as long as Roger is buying.
See, there was this deadly root monster, a ferocious swamp creature, and a Labion terror beast to contend with. Then I had to outsmart another of Vohaul's gorillas and steal the shut.
Are you Roger Wilco?
Yeah.
Please come with me.
Hello, Roger Wilco. Surprised to see an old friend? You have no idea how special this moment is for me. This is no chance encounter, I can assure you. I have this one loose end to tie up before I begin my reign as the supreme being of all that exists. I do not like to lose. You are a blemish on what would otherwise be a perfect record of domination, terror, and invincibility. Besides, I'm still a bit miffed about that asteroid deal in Space Quest 2. Anyway, to relieve the pain of my humiliation and to prevent you from being a pain in my future, you must die. It's been nice seeing you one last time. Then, do the dirty deed.
You go left and split them up. Mr. Wilco, follow me and do exactly as I say. Let's move!
Hey, I want to know what the...
Listen, I can't explain it all to you now. They've got a beat on our coordinates. We've got to move fast. We gotta do this fast. Shield your eyes! Jump into the time rip! Do it now! You've got to! If I take the time to explain, we're both parking lot pizza. You'll understand soon.
That gets me every time. Not sure why Roger's dialogue did not show up in the other one, or during this intro, or part of the intro while we were in the bar.
Now where am I? You wonder aloud to non-existent auditory organs. This place sure looks homey. Hey, wait! This looks just like Xenon. It is Xenon! It's really a pile. Along with the changes induced by an armed conflict, the city looks different, more modern, with a heavy dash of post-disaster seasoning. Casually glancing at the status line, you happen to notice that you're in Space Quest 12. What's happened? Who was that guy with the overdeveloped hairdryer? Why did you let yourself be talked into jumping into some strange shimmering hole? Why are you talking to yourself? These incredibly intriguing questions will quickly be forgotten with barely an electron stirred in that well-armored orb atop your shoulders.
Wow. Not sure how to describe all that. That was the late great Gary Owens narrating. He makes a return in...
You take the small, frayed, useless-looking length of rope.
He makes a return in Space Quest 6, I believe, as the narrator. I'm not sure if he narrated Space Quest 5. Yes, we are going to capture that rabbit that everybody knows. Let me head up to a safe place here real quick so I can, first off, whoops, so I can save the game and that way we can get our bearings as to where we
You
are.
stand centrally located in perhaps the only debris-clear area on the surface of this city. This was a busy intersection of commerce when times were happier, and life, well, just existed. An odd structure looms in the distance. I think we're looking at your basic... A brightly colored mechanical hair wanders about. I think we're...
Yeah. There's no way we can catch that just yet, and yes, we can lick everything in the game. Anyway, a little bit of story going into this. If you remember in Space Quest 3, we rescue the two guys from Andromeda, and then surprisingly, we end up on Earth. Well, at the very end, Roger takes the aluminum mallard and skyrockets back through the wormhole that was created and ends up back in his own universe and was on his way home, as was discussed in the introduction. Well, lo and behold, somehow Vohaul returns. Much later in the future, as you can see, we're in Space Quest 12 now.
It's you, Roger Wilco, Space Guy.
Because he never really died. He uploaded his being, so to speak, his mind into the computer mainframe on his asteroid and somehow managed to get it off of there before it exploded. That's all the information I can give you right now, because any more would just be spoilers. We need to avoid those guys. So, hopefully they disappear and not come back for a while. Now,
Surprisingly, no one has taken this small, innocuous-looking piece of unstable ordnance.
the unstable ordnance is a
Okay,
joke.
you now have the unstable ordnance. Remember, it was your idea.
And granted
Good luck.
that I could show an immediate death scene. Actually,
Nothing
I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. If you want to see the death scene, let me know in the chat. Meanwhile, I'm still gonna try to capture that rabbit. Oops. Need to hide. Shit. Well, there's an immediate death scene for you.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Yes, even the death scenes have jokes. So, we'll go back. Again, let me know if you want to see the Unstable Ordnance death scene. In the meantime, I'm going to try to catch that rabbit. Those destroyer
Nothing
bots.
happens.
Those destroyer bots come by if you hang around a area too long.
That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen. The stress placed on the rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stay hidden. And we'll see if... Hang on, let me save this real quick, just in case. And we'll just wait for that bot to come by, and if he sees us, he'll shoot us. If not, he'll go away. But if we see the zombie running around, we're out of this place. Yep, we're gone. No matter where we are, he will see us. Nobody wants to see the Unstable Ordnance death? Wow, I'm kind of disappointed and surprised at the same time. It's a pixel hunt to get out of here. that zombie can appear in any of the outer areas. This could take a while, folks. If I could, I would, Arsham. Oop. And we get a point for avoiding those things, just by hiding. Yes, that grate will come in later. Alright, so let's go and get the point since nobody wants to see the boom death. Go ahead and get the point for the unstable ordnance. Yes, you get a point for picking it up and you get a point for putting it
Okay, you
back.
now have the unstable ordnance. A very wise choice. Carefully placing the unstable ordnance back inside the tank, you decide some things are better left alone.
The game actually, the unstable ordnance will actually come back to play in a fan game. Or actually, the Space Quest 2. Wow, shit. By the way, hello to everybody watching the stream. Thank you for joining us. I don't know why I came back over here. Oh, probably to give that zombie some time to get out of there. Fuck! Invasion of the Body Snatchers, anyone? They're actually not zombies, they're just
We're glad
cyborg.
you could play Space Quest.
Alright. Oh, thank God.
A quick inspection reveals
Alright, we need to get something out of this land speeder, which if you recognize it...
After taking a quick look around to reassure yourself that the place is as dead as it looks, you snitch the Pocket Pal laptop.
It is a speeder, and it is what speeder?
Keep your hands. Don't mess.
It is the land... Shit. I waited too long. Yes, it is the land speeder from
We're
Star
glad
Wars.
you could play Space Quest.
It is, in fact, Luke's land speeder from Star Wars. Is this even showing up on Twitch right now?
After taking a quick...
Well, let's get the hell out of here before that thing decides to show up again. Okay, so you are getting the display because my stream manager is still showing the startup page. Okay, let's get to the safe spot so we can whoops. I went up a little too far. Is there anybody else watching on Twitch? I have no idea if there are any users in the chat. Okay. Where are we? What inventory items do I got? I've got the bunny.
Nothing.
Okay, turn the rabbit around. Grab
You
the
extract
battery.
the portable power pellet from the back of the bunny's polyplastoid torso.
Okay, let's see how many bucketoids we got. 59. It was on the side, sorry. Right there. Is there anything else that I need to do here? If not, then I am going down into the thing. Kind of hoping that my special guest will appear. Get out of there, Roger. Shit. We're safe in this area. We're not safe in any of the other areas.
This grate has crud, gunk, and sludge built up around the edges. You can see through the grate, but can't make anything out.
Okay, well, we're going down through there. Because I think we've gotten everything we can from up top. But this is also another safe area. So we're actually in...
A button. Perhaps I'll give it a press.
Data entry 22795. This message is to whomever may be so fortunate as to find it. I am Professor Lloyd, lead designer of the Xenon supercomputer project, the ultimate in artificial intelligence. The computer was designed to enhance our lives, but instead ended up being the ruin of us all. We made the mistake of tying it into the most important facets of our existence here on Xenon, including our weather control and defense systems. It seemed like a sound idea at the time, and all proceeded well for about 3 years. It was around then that a deep space salvage operation recovered what appeared to be some sort of antiquated data storage unit contained in a flimsy cardboard box on which the words Leisure Suit Larry were imprinted. On its back was the picture of a not particularly wholesome gentleman, but that's another story. My counterparts exhibited shameful behavior as they tore open the box to get at its contents. I could not understand the commotion it generated. The data was uploaded into the supercomputer for analysis. As a result, a crippling virus spread through the machine like a bad social disease. All control of the computer was lost. All screens went blank. Then these words were displayed by the monitors and uttered by the vocal outputs. Wilco must pay. From that day forth, the possessed computer waged war on the inhabitants of Xenon, using our own weapons. Those of us who remained stayed to fight the machines and robots under its control. It was a bloody war. Those of us that were not killed were taken captive and modified. These cyborgs infiltrated the loyal ranks of resistance, rooting out almost all of our hiding places and exposing us to the mechanical menace. Some of these poor souls still wander the streets. As of this recording, we are down to only a handful of rebels. My health is deteriorating rapidly. To make matters worse, I've just learned that the computer has unraveled the mysteries of time travel. I've sent my 2 best men to attempt to steal this new technology. If you are not a machine, then perhaps they were successful. Please realize, you are Xenon's last hope.
Space Quest 1, anybody? We seem to have been Xenon's last hope for several chapters now. With the exception of chapter 3.
Keep your hand...
Ow, bite me. Let's move. We need to get this glass jar here.
It's an empty jar with a lid, neither of which does anything entertaining.
All right.
You take the jar into custody.
Apparently, what we can gather from that is that some AI was uploaded into the, or some virus was we oh God. Made me lose my train of thought. The virus that was uploaded to the mainframe computer was uploaded through a floppy disk labeled Leisure Suit Larry 4. That's a joke in lying to that Leisure Suit Larry 4 in itself never made it to production. So it went from Leisure Suit Larry 3 to Leisure Suit Larry 5, and Leisure Suit Larry 4 was considered to be called the missing floppies. A little bit of Leisure Suit Larry lore there for you. Alright, it would appear that Space Quest historian will not be able to join us for the stream, which is understandable. Yeah, there is only one copy in existence, but unfortunately Al Lowe does not have that copy. So, Vohaul actually was uploaded to the mainframe through, okay, that was noteworthy. Vohaul was uploaded to the mainstream via Leisure Suit Larry 4. Let's continue on our quest, shall we? There's nothing else to do in this area, I don't think. But we've also got to be careful when we go into the sewers, because out of the grates can come...
Oh, no! The door has shut, and there's no way back. What are you going to do now?
There is a way out. Let's see here. Let's do a quick save right now into okay. That's what I was wanting to avoid right away, even though I do need to capture some of it. Let's get the jar ready.
Nothing Keep your hand...
Okay. I do
Okay.
capture some of that.
You scoop up the slimy secretion. Better get away now before it scoops you up.
That's the idea. If you wait too long, it will actually dissolve you. I don't think that there's much to do down here other than just that. And it's not like Police Quest 2 where the sewer is just going to kill you. Well, not right away anyway. I really don't think that there's anything to do down here. All I know is that I do need that jar of slime. Not in this game, unfortunately. Believe me, that would have been awesome if they had included the Ninja Turtles in here. We need to get onto that ship. Alright, so now that everybody's gone, we're back here. And the ship is in the middle section, if I recall correctly.
This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
Crap. I just remembered something. There is copper protection, so I might have to put everybody on a brief hold. Yeah, because I gotta access the manual. And I can't write those down in the notes. It's too difficult. You'll see why here in a minute. Excuse me. There's also an Easter egg as we get into the time thing, but it'll immediately kill us if we just get out of the time thing. Goes back to Space Quest 3. Okay, so we'll head off to the left because I don't think we can go to the right just yet. Any day now, Roger. Don't worry, we're hidden.
I've just completed a scan of the Labion sector of Space Quest 2. No sign of presence at this time.
Why would we want to go?
Schluff.
The fuck? Okay. Now, we need to... Right. They are actually robots. We need to take note of that real quick. That's our way back to here. Okay. Mark that as SQ12. Yes, if you notice on the bar, it does say Space Quest 12 Vohaul's Revenge 2. Okay. At this point in time, I need to pause the game, save it. And then immediately get back into the pause, get out of this window, and look up the codes. Well, I mean, this is the Steam version of the game. I'm just playing it on ScumVM instead of DOSBox. Okay, I need to access those files. Sorry this is taking so long, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make sure I get it right. Bite me. Oh, I did get a mention from the Space Quest historian. Hello everybody that's in the chat now. I'm currently looking up my manuals for Space Quest. I know that's kind of a weird thing to be doing at this point in time. There's my bookmarks, Space Quest 4. Four manuals, okay. Some point in time. No, that's Space Quest 6. Shit. No, that's Space Quest. Again, sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to find the time codes. Space Quest 2, Space Quest 4. Okay, apparently this is... Oh, that's Space Quest 1 BGA. This is the navigational codes. Space Quest 5. Okay. Just as a note, Scott Murphy is one of the creators. He actually acknowledged one of my tweets from earlier. About this live stream. Why is it not giving me what I need? Alright, okay, just gives me the VGA Space Quest 1 copy protection, not okay. Wait a minute, there's one more thing I need to check. Without it we can't go anywhere, really. Quest 4. The Space Quest historian also did a, there it is, did a restream, or I'm sorry, not a restream, but also a, that's the same damn manual. Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally,
Nothing happened.
Nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again.
I don't think it really matters when we first get into it.
Don't ma- The
I...
powerful quad time and space bend. And finally,
we go somewhere. We just randomly punch in codes because we need to get away from there. However, we do need to take note and we need to be very careful. Take note of the code that we just put in there. We need to be very careful as well because we are now on a timer. As soon as we get out of this thing, SQ10. Okay.
You don't want to touch that button opens the canopy.
Well, that's what I was trying to hit. Work. Alright. We have to explore it first. Eventually we'll come to a point where this, if we're not careful, the Space Quest or the sequel police, those mix of Boba Fett and RoboCop, that you were referring to, Archam, will come looking for us because they follow us here somehow. It is getting ungodly hot in this room. I feel like I'm on the moon or the planet of Ortega. If anybody wants to check that reference out. We've got to trigger something.
Whoa!
What was that?
Was that?
We need to trigger something. The air conditioner is on. Just gotta be careful with it blowing in here. Ha, no jokes, please. No innuendos, rather. You also have to remember that I've got two machines going on in here. One is ha 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 ha. God damn it! I forgot how difficult it was to leave this spot. We are now in an endless loop. Thank God. I think we just go straight down the stairs. Please excuse me once again. I do not mean to be that vulgar and that rude. Yup. Ooh, what's that?
You get the feeling you're not alone here.
Definitely not. Now, guess what? It's time to get captured. Not by the sequel police. They'll kill me. Wait. Do I have everything I need? I hope so. I don't think that there's anything left to get. Right? Just wait. No, we're not getting captured by the latex babes yet. Here we go. Anyway, Space Quest Historian has done remakes of the music in both Space Quest 4 and Space Quest 3. I actually put a link to the one of Space Quest 3. There's still 34 days left, and it is 100% backed at this point in time.
Hey, those Talon things hurt. You didn't much care for the landing either.
At this point in time, we wait for that. Ugh.
My. Rather than the sequel policeman penetrating the inner sanctum of the nest, the reverse obviously occurred. You frisk the skewered sequel policeman and turn up a paper-wrapped wad of used chewing gum.
Okay. There's a code. We need to... That's the last 3 of a code, actually. That we need. I'm not sure where it takes us. Give me just a moment, folks. Alright. See you later, Arsham. The stream will be will be available on both. The recap, anyway, will be available on Twitch and on YouTube as soon as the stream is done. But thanks for joining us.
What do you want? A bone marrow?
Now we're getting captured by the latex babes.
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco. After leaving me the way you did, you male scum. This is the last woman you'll ever dump on. Right, girls?
Right.
Said you couldn't be tied down.
I said that?
You said you had to be free to roam the galaxy.
Was that me?
You'll be sorrier than you look. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Into the sub, flyboy.
That's pretty much just autopilot from here.
Say, there's an odd-looking specimen. You hope these women soon realize that they must have the wrong guy. A spotlight illuminates the floor of the cave as the sub makes its way through the eerie darkness. What have I stepped into this time? You think to yourself, as the latex babes...
This is Zandra. We are approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to open the tunnel door.
What have I stepped into this time? You think to...
Activate the door.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. We're pretty much on autopilot at this point in time because
Sit
there's
down.
nothing we can do until the event that's coming up is coming up.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
Hey, what are you doing? Let me go, witch.
Shut up! Your whimpering sickens me. I'll teach you not to run out on me. Thorine is quite knowledgeable in the ways of torture. I'll let the two of you get acquainted. Thorine, do your stuff.
With pleasure, Zandra.
Okay.
Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Epirip 357, the most powerful hand-hair remover in the universe, and it's capable of shaving your legs clean off. I've always wanted to see a man shave with one of these, but I guess you'll do. Now you'll know the meaning of the word pain.
Will we now?
It's a sea slug! Run, girls!
Oh, shit. I can't remember.
Desperately, you try to push the button, but the restraints are just too tight.
Did I forget to get something?
Desperately, keep your hand.
Yeah. There we go. Wow, that happened a lot faster than I thought it would.
Our hero!
Wasn't he great, girls? Well, Raj, I guess we can call it even. Thank you for ridding our fortress of that slimy, awful sea slug. I know I can't blame you for backing out at the last minute. I guess I was a little overbearing. Sorry. Can we still be good friends?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
No, Roger. You were right. You don't need to spare my feelings. It just wasn't meant to be. It's better this way. Well, girls, I feel like celebrating. Let's go shopping!
Meanwhile, back in Space Quest 12.
Well, what have we here?
This is the rebel scum we captured in the Space Quest 4 time sector. He had just aided Wilco in escaping. The readout on his time gun indicates that Wilco was successfully transported into this time sector as you feared.
That is no longer a concern. Wilco will surrender to us once he has learned we have captured his son.
Oh.
Then he will be destroyed once and for all.
The plot thickens. Oh, this is where it gets kind of cringy.
Sail!
And we will never see them again.
It's an Autobox teller machine card.
Okay.
You pick up the ATM card.
Now let's see where what we're at and what's going on. We don't have to worry about the sequel police just yet. But they will be after us after a while. Well, we can't get into the software deal. Because it's obviously flooded. But we will need to get in there for some for something. This actually used to be called Radio Shock. And we will need to go in there for something else later in the game. This is funny. Because if you try to go in there without shorts or shoes, boink.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
So the first thing we need to do is go get us some clothes. And we'll be getting to that soon. In fact, we'll be getting to it right here. At the Big and Tall.
Pardon me, sir. You appear to be in dire need of my services.
You're right.
This is your friendly sales clerk. He's automated and comes complete with a built-in attitude.
Don't be shy, people. Go ahead and comment in chat.
Let me know if there is anything I can get for you.
I'm sorry, I lost my boots and the legs of my pants in a deadly fight with a giant sea slug, which I won in the nick of time with my clever thinking and my, cleverness.
Yeah.
I see. Well, all right. Let me get your measurements. We've got just the thing for the likes of you. I assume you will be wanting something in the generic Space Hero line?
Of course.
These will do for you. Try them on in the dressing room here if you wish.
Okay.
You change your clothes, not forgetting the items in your pocket. You never know when you'll need them. You step out looking good as new.
That will be 20 buckazoids, please.
If you remember, we do have 57 buckazoids, by the way. I believe that if you actually try to walk out of this place without paying, the guy will shoot you.
Thank you so much for shopping with us, sir. Do come back soon.
And we're all done here for the moment, I believe. So now it is time. We'll need to go into the arcade here in a minute again. We're not going to go in there just yet. First, we're on a quest. Okay. If you... Oh. Yeah, this is fun. We're right now on a quest to make ourselves look like the woman.
And Autobucks, tell it.
Yes.
Keep your hand.
So we're on our quest to make us look like the
And Autobucks, tell her.
woman in that thing, so we can trick the Autobucks teller machine into thinking that we are, in fact, the one babe from Latex Babe in the blue swimsuit.
You'd better not.
Are you sure you got the right store, hon?
I'm not sure. I think I'll just look around for a bit.
Let us know if we can help.
Funny thing is that is actually one of the editors from Sierra, Jane Jensen, I believe. If I got my information correct.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Not sure if it says Saks anymore, but...
This is Saks, a high-class, high-priced dress shop.
Yep. Copyright infringement. That's the whole reason they needed to rename Radio Shock, because they were afraid of copyright infringement on that as well. Let's see here. Now that the software place is empty, we can go in there.
Sorry, but the crowd completely cleaned out my stock of Sierra software. The only thing that's left is boring home and business application software, along with a few inferior games. But feel free to look around anyway. If you're here to return something, forget it. We have a strict no returns policy. I'd like to help you out, guy, but you know how corporations are.
A bargain bin. The clerk is keeping his eye on you. The software selection seems to be pretty slim, except for the bargain bin near the entrance.
Okay, that was what was going on, was the release of a new Sierra adventure, apparently.
A bargain bin.
Okay,
a bargain.
Don't toy with me. All of these are playoffs of real games, so...
Presenting the latest in the award-winning King's Quest series from the still active mind of aging Roberta Williams III, latest in the award-winning Roberta Williams series, what happens when Old Man Graham and his family are kicked out of Daventry Condo Association? You'll meet the fabulous Bernoulli brothers, Professor C.D. Romberg, and of course Rumpelstiltskin, over 12 gigabytes in length.
We will...
Didn't find any...
I wasn't done. Anyway, that's King's Quest, whatever. This is actually a...
From the folks who brought you Astro Chicken. When it comes to stimulating chickens, Chuck Egger is the expert. And now you can learn from him. Design the chicken of your choice. Over 40 options, including lips, no lips, and laying frequency. And take your creation for a wild ride over real barnyard scenery, based on an authentic flight model of a chicken. You're in for a peck of fun now.
Funny thing is that when I was watching Space Quest Historian's playthrough of this, I actually mentioned that I actually had the real version of this game at one point in time called Chuck Yeager's Advanced Flight Simulator from EA. And that actually was funny because I do remember this being in this game from when I played it in high school. Then you got SimSim.
It's here at last, with a combination of SAI, Simulated Artificial Intelligence, and VRAI, Virtually Real Artificial Intelligence. We at Max This Software have created a simulated simulator experience that's unlike anything you've ever simulated playing before. With SimSim, you can create a simulated environment in which you can create any simulated environment you want.
That's actually a play on Maxis simulators. All of them. From The Sims to SimCity to SimAnt to all of them. So, let's see here. Around here, this is another dig on a Sierra game. We need that.
The two guys from Andromeda's latest sci-fi comedy, Space Quest 4, will give you hours of frustration unless you have this hint book. Want to know how to get the dog into the hanging basket? Want to find out how to attach the melon? Buy this hint book and it all becomes obvious. You'll hit your head and say, "Boy, how stupid could I have been? A moron could have figured this out. I must be a real dimwit, a pathetic nimno, a wretched, idiotic excuse for a human being not to have figured out these simple puzzles in the first place." Try it and see.
This we actually need to keep a hold of. This is...
The latest bomb from master storyteller Maury Bryanarty, Boom, is a post-Holocaust adventure set in post-Holocaust America after the Holocaust. Neutron bombs have eradicated all life, leaving only you to wander through the wreckage. No other characters, no conflict, no puzzles, no chance of dying, and no interface make this the easiest to finish game yet. Just boot it up and watch it explode.
We don't need to keep that one, but this is actually a version of Loom. Right now we're actually done. They don't have the two games in here that were like a Leisure Suit Larry knockoff. And there was one other I can't remember. But we're actually done with the bargain bin.
I see you've made a selection from our box of slop, bargain bin.
Yep. We just need to pay for it.
Thank you.
And then get the hell out of here. For the moment. I am actually going to take a brief intermission. Well, it's kind of hard to... See, if we actually try to do the ATM thing right now, it's going to deny us because we don't look like the photo.
You obviously don't resemble a blonde woman. What a surprise.
Okay. So with that, we need to make some buckazoids. So where else to do that except for Monolith Burger? However, I shall return. back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that took so long. Let's continue on with the quest, I guess. We just need to make our way up to Monolith Burger, make some money. Let's figure out how many Buckazoids I've got left. 34. Okay.
Yeah?
I'd like,
We're out.
We're out of it. We're out of everything, including employees.
Sorry, I also wanted to get a cold drink.
Would you like to apply for a job?
Maybe.
You would, huh? Well, this is the greatest opportunity you've ever had, kid. Benefits up the wazoo, and if you stick with me half an hour or so, I'll make you my assistant manager. Now, how would you like that?
Gee, thanks.
Okay, this is the part
Warning,
where...
the following sequence contains explicit arcade action and is not recommended for die-hard adventure players, the arcade squeamish, or those with poor to non-existent motor skills.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and do this sequence because it's actually funny and entertaining whenever you interact with the stuff that you're supposed to interact with. But if I fail and I have to come back to it, I'll just go ahead and wimp out and have the, get the cash.
This is so easy, a human could probably do it. Burger comes out of the oven. Drop on your lettuce, your pickle, squeeze on your mayo, squirt on your mustard, on goes your ketchup, top it off with your sesame seed bun. You make 'em my way, and if you mess up enough times, you're out of here. Got it? If you need to know how to run the assembly line, read the sign. Just click it with the mouse or press R.
Fourth wall.
There is no...
I'm lettuce. Real old lettuce. Lay me down on the burger. I like to go first.
Bite me on the pickle.
Hi, I'm mayonnaise. I'm cholesterol-laden and ready to clog an artery when given the chance.
I'm your mustard. Squeeze me.
Hello, I'm the ketchup. Did you know there's more sugar in me than in ice cream? It's a fact.
I'm your permabuns. Nothing goes out of here unless it's in me.
I'll go ahead and mess up the first one because that was the entertaining part. There's the listening to all of them. I could slow this down to a point where I could actually finish the whole arcade sequence. But I'm not going to for the sake of the stream.
Don't...
As it goes, they get faster. It's just like any other arcade sequence. Okay.
Don't... Keep your hand...
Damn it. I missed. I think you can only mess up like 3 times before...
Keep your hand... You can't...
Motherfucker. Well, that's okay, because I'm sure everybody's getting bored of this anyway.
You can't.
Phew. Speed down.
Keep your hand. You can't.
It's a cheaty way to do things, but you know. With this actually cranked up to normal speed, it makes things very difficult. Can. I get at least $10 before I mess up all the time. Okay. That's repetitive. Very. I have no idea if anybody is on my Twitch feed or on YouTube right now, but hello to all who are watching and are just joining. We are playing Space Quest 4, Roger Wilson's Time Rippers. And currently we are at a Monolith Burger in the mall trying to make a buck. So we can actually get an outfit to trick the ATM machine.
Keep your hand.
And this is one of those arcade sequences in an adventure game, so it's not really necessary. And it does give you the option to skip. I just went ahead and played for the sake of entertainment. Whenever you look at the condiments, they talk. Let's see if I can make it to 20.
You can't.
Alright, I'm just gonna let the next one go through. Mainly because I'm kind of bored with this sequence. And we are trying to continue on with the game.
Keep your hand
to yourself. Whoops. Well, I thought eventually we would get fired.
I'm lettuce. I taste like an old leaf. Okay?
Hey,
I taste like crunchy toe jam sauteed in vinegar.
Some people think I taste oily. I don't think so. Do you?
Go ahead. Take a big lick of old Mr. Mustard. You'll be sorry.
I'm the best little condiment you ever tasted. You know I am, really. I'm not kidding, I am.
I'm a permabun. While I have absolutely no taste, I do have a shelf life of 3 centuries.
I forgot about the licking. You gotta lick and smell.
Get your nose off me. What do I look like? A nostril mat?
I'm the pickle. I smell like vinegar on a spring morning.
Don't bother. I'm really quite bland.
Pungent, eh?
Yeah, that's right. No smell. Better no smell than a bad one.
I smell like any other set of 299-year-old buns.
Wow.
You must be bored. There's that Monolith Burger's secret smell. It smells like the essence of Monolith Burger.
I am bored with this. I don't know why it hasn't kicked me out yet. There it goes. Boink.
You're fired! My janitor could do a better job than you could.
How ironic. Anyway, off we go. I said I was going to go in and make more money, but without the arcade sequence this time.
Yeah?
Give me another shot.
I'd like,
Oh, you again. Would you like...
Yes.
You would, huh? Well, this is the greatest ever... you heard the pitch before. Just don't screw up, or I'll land you on your ear again. Got it?
Gee, thanks. What a swell boss.
Warning, the following scene. Oh, by the way, you're about to be fired.
Boink.
You're fired! My janitor...
Yeah, we've heard it all before. Alright, see how much we've got. 68 bucks. Alright, let's head out to, I think it was Socks or Saks? Socks. Socks in game, but Saks is what the lady calls it. Yes, I'm going to try to speed this up so we don't take too much more time. Was there something I needed to get in here?
You resist those inbred custodial tendencies to collect garbage. You have much more. You're quite startled to hear the wastebasket respond.
Max, is that you? Agent 99? I always get these lousy disguises. Would you put a word in with the chief for me? I wouldn't mind, but these kids, all they eat is ice cream and candy bars. You know how many Big Chewies I've eaten in the last hour? Not to mention the wad of Big Bang bubblegum I got stuck to my shoe phone. Gee.
Give your nose. That's not a very clean habit.
Alright, we need to get out of here. Oops. We're not ready to go in here just yet. If you recognize the Astro Chicken theme from Space Quest 5 or 3, that's because there is an Astro Chicken, but it's actually Mrs. Astro Chicken.
You talk to. You'd better not.
What?
You talk to.
Okay, I gotta remember where the things
Hiya,
are.
hun. I'm Maybot, fashion consultant to the Cosmos. What can we, do with you today?
Well, this is kinda hard to explain.
Oh, let me guess. You want something for someone very special. Someone who died to get the latest in high galactic fashion. Are we right, or are we right?
We're right.
Okay. What size does she take?
Oh, 38.
Oh, I don't think we're right about that.
I'm not sure, but she's built about like me.
Is she? A likely story. Good thing for you, I can keep a secret, sweetie. I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage.
This is actually the part of the game that reminds me of Rex Nebular and the
I suppose you'll want to try it on now. Here, use this dressing room.
Gender bender. Pretty sure that this is actually what inspired it. I'm not sure.
And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
And there we go. We can now
Very lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 buckazoids, sicko.
Hey now. That was not necessary.
Appreciate it, hon.
But we did get enough buckazoids.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Well, come on, Roger. Well, screw it. The ATM is actually it's quicker to go this direction because the ATM's right here on the other side. Since we got what we needed out of the software thing, notice that everything's starting to close.
Nothing. Keep your... It would serve.
No purpose. Okay. There we go. Okay. Balance of 2001. Done. Withdrawal. Clean it out. Done. Okay, there's a reason why we needed to do all that. And I'm not going to go into the details about that because it also comes in play later in the game. We're actually almost done with this part for the moment. We have to go in there later because we need to get a power pack for...
It would serve. This is just a dumb terminal. It would serve no...
If we go in here...
Faux Components Swiss Army Micro Entertainment Center. Styled to look like a real set of miniature components, this is a complete home entertainment center in one 4x6-inch box. Includes CD-ROM unit, turntable, dual cassette with HyperWow and Mega Flutter, unfolding 84-inch digital color projection multiscreen TV, corkscrew, and toothpick. 2,275 buckazoids. Back ordered. None currently available. Dodecaphonic around sound processor. Ever notice how flat and unexciting normal stereophonic, quintrophonic, and octophonic recordings are? With the dodecaphonic around sound processor, your music will seem to come from 12 directions. In front of you, behind you, either side of you, 4 midpoints in between, above you, below you, from inside of you, and from the upstairs neighbors. 877 buckazoids. Discontinued. CD.
Nope.
Pocket Pal Portable Terminal. Say, is that a complete workstation in
We've
your pocket,
actually
or are you
already
just
got
glad
that.
to see me? Now you can carry the power of a dumb terminal around with you without even creasing your jumpsuit. Includes chiclet-style keyboard and dentine-style mouse. 3,406 buckazoids.
Nope.
Pocket Pal connector. If you're a proud owner of our ever-popular Pocket Pal portable terminal, you have no doubt noticed that without the proper connector, it is virtually useless. Fortunately, at this moment, our exclusive Pocket Pal connector is on sale for just 1,999 buckazoids.
Okay, this is actually what we need, but we need something later to can't talk today. This is actually what we need, but we won't be able to figure it out until later. Because we have to go back to Space Quest 12, get in there, look at the terminal, and go from there. For now, let's head back to... It is actually much easier just to take one tram terminal around. I wonder, I've never tried this.
What can I do for you, doll?
What the?
I'd like,
We're out of it.
He doesn't recognize us at all.
Would you like to apply?
I can cook.
No can do. What with you being female
Oh
and
my
all.
god, really?
What, you male sexist pig?
Dear God. Wow. I forgot about that. I have seen that on another playthrough. God. You have to remember this was like the early 90s. It's still no excuse for it today, but just it's just a video game.
Don't.
Now that we've actually accomplished what we needed to do, it is time to change back into Roger Wilco. Janitor extraordinaire.
As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Alright. Now it is actually time to go to the arcade. Damn it, Roger. There. We're gonna go ahead and save our game here. Make sure that we've got enough bucketzoids. 2009, okay. We've saved the game. Now let's let's take a look. Take a look at the hint book. Next.
It would serve. Oh, great. Only half the answer showed. It must be a defective hint module.
Actually, it is. But remember, we picked up the other half of that code. In fact, this is where we'll be going after the mall. We picked up the other half of those coordinates earlier from the dead sequel policeman. Goes to a Space Quest 1. Yes, we will be returning to Space Quest 1 in the game. So now that we have the rest of our code, we can head up to the arcade. Activate or trigger the sequel, please, so we can get a time pod out of here. And we do have to run away from them. Like, actually leave, go out to the skaterama. Let's save the game again. And then go back into the arcade just so we can steal that time pod and head to Space Quest 1.
Zap zap, you're dead.
That's what I was afraid of happening. I'm getting seriously irritated here. Alright, fine. You know what? We'll take it their way. I don't know why the game is like this, but I think we have to go back around and enter from the other side, go up, over, and down to avoid the sequel police, and then manage to make our way back into the arcade that way. And if my mouse can ever cooperate.
Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Remember, this is probably one of the more difficult parts of the game. Serpentine, perhaps? Zap zap, you're dead.
Hmm. other side. Oops.
Next time, don't
We have to somehow manage to beat the sequel police through this because they're obviously waiting for us at the entrance. No, never mind. Damn. I wonder, no, seriously, I just wonder if there's a possibility I could avoid that whole sequence altogether and just go straight into the arcade. Well, not like that, I can't. And just steal the damn thing.
Welcome.
Nope.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Okay. So definitely gonna have to figure out how to get around the sequel police down over here. This is probably gonna take all my concentration. Okay. So we're definitely on the right track. Do I have to wait for them to come up here? Okay. Now we just gotta make our way over there without getting shot. And then we save the game immediately and head towards the arcade. Not that way, you idiot. Come on, for the love of Christ. Finally, now we can make some progress. You know it's bad when the Monolith Burger is closed. let's head towards Space Quest 1. I don't know if we need to write that down or not, but I'm going to just to be on the safe side. Question 5. Squiggly. C. Okay, here we go. To C. I.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally,
Wow. Do we recognize this? Even the music's gone 8-bit. Granted that if we really wanted to, we could actually let's not go in there just yet. See, it is 7 o'clock.
This must be the Yugo of spaceships. You wonder why anyone would bother to lock it.
Yugo and its head Volkswagen. See, even the text dialog box is in the original AGI. Alright, let's go and see about Droids BS because...
This closely resembles the left side of Droids Be Us. This closely... You can't do that.
In the other game, you can actually walk behind there and pee. And Droids BS is closed. What's the everything is closed?
You don't know what it says, but you're sure it's not flattering. You can't do that.
Okay. Some say that's a code for something, but I have absolutely no idea what it is. Maybe somebody can go through the stream and translate that for me. Okay, the one thing we do not want to do is touch those. In the original game, I believe the older versions, these were all in different colors.
The old bar is still here. The smell of Coronian ale stinks up the place. The aroma leads you to remember vividly your previous visit here. You break out in a cold sweat. There is a stage here with two guys singing.
If you remember, these are
The band members have nothing of interest.
These are the Blues Brothers.
They don't have time to talk right now. You step over to talk to the bartender. As you do, you attract the attention of the crude fellows at the bar.
Well, looky here. If it ain't Mr. Look at Me, I'm in VGA.
These
What's
are
the
the
matter?
monochrome
Monochrome not good enough for you? What's this? 256 colors all for one little bitmap wimp? What a waste of VGA. Hey, fellas, I bet I can toss them all the way out from the bottom of the stairs. Bet you nail.
Doink. Now, granted, if we go back into the bar, the same thing's going to happen again.
This long-legged beauty stands silently, waiting for its jet-faced owner to return.
I didn't see any jet-faced owner in there.
It looks like it came from the planet of the warts. This ship must be the Plantar's deluxe model, with authentic mosaic upholstery.
Now we kick over their motorcycles and run like hell. Now we have to make our way back to the bar without getting killed.
Boy, that was close. Hey, how come their bikes can go through the force field?
Well, the same way the skimmer did. Not touching the ground. I better save.
You hear a high-pitched whine from the east.
Gotta time this just right.
Boy, that was close.
Alright.
You see a book of matches on the bar countertop.
Now we can take the matches and talk to the bartender.
You pick up the book of matches.
He'll remember us, by the way. Even though we are in VGA.
Hey, aren't you the guy who broke my slot machine? You owe me some money.
Well, I gotta run. My hog pod's double parked. Hey, it's been swell talking to you.
And now we make our way back to the time pod. Head back to Space Quest 12, I believe. Because we've gotten everything we need here.
You hear a high-pitched...
Oops, too soon. Hang on. Oh. No high-pitched whine this time. We really don't need to talk to the guy. All we
You
need
pick
is
up the book.
matches. I wonder, is anybody still in the stream? If so, let me know in the comments or in the chat. Remember, I am streaming to both here.
You
and
hear a high...
YouTube. So...
Boy, that... You give...
Alright. Save. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that will actually be all for this episode, or for this live stream anyway, of Space Quest. For those on YouTube, give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe if you wish. And please follow me on Twitter. Or not Twitter. On Twitch, if you're in the chat room. Or if you're just watching this stream later. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, thank you all for joining me for this stream of Space Quest 4. The live stream will actually continue again next weekend. Same time, same place. Sunday at 5 o'clock. So, I will see you again in the next video. Later.